Hi everybody, CaZ here, the Writer Success Coach. My joy is transforming writers into authors, and today we're going to be focused on productivity, which is one of the 3 P's that I define of writing success: purposeful, productive, and promotion. Now I apologize for some of you. I know I had some problems getting started. I hope I haven't lost everyone. There was an issue with the sound, so I had to start over again, and I do apologize for that. Let's continue on, though, and hopefully a few more people will join us. Hopefully you'll find us. All right, let's get talking about productivity. Hi, Shelley. Hi, Bob. I see you're back. You know, it's really kind of fun when you think of it. We no longer use, a hard stone to chisel our words into another stone that's softer. Today, writers use 2 primary methods of writing, either putting pen to paper or using some sort of digital word processor. The majority of writers use a computer. In fact, if you don't use a computer, you are going to have to pay someone to use one for you, because there's not a single publisher out there who will accept a manuscript in anything but a digital form these days. Okay, so it's just a part of writing to learn how to use at least the basics of a word processor. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Kay. Glad to see you. So let's talk about what it takes to be productive using the digital tools that are out there. In general, I find that there are 3 criteria that I want to consider when I'm looking at a digital tool. Now, I'm not talking about your basic word processor. We're going to talk about that on another day. Right now, I'm talking about an add-on, or there might be several add-ons or several different types of tools that you can use to improve your productivity as a writer. One of my favorites is called Pro-Writing Aid, and that's the one I'm going to focus on in a few minutes. But let me give you my 3 criteria first, what you want to consider when you are thinking about using a productivity tool for your writing. First of all, the number 1 criteria for me is it has to be transparent. Okay? I want it to work without me having to do much more than install it and tell it when I want it to turn on and do something. That's about it. Once I get it set up, I don't want to have to think about it. I want it to work in the background and just be there when I need to click the button and bring it on. The second one is ease of learning and use. They're not the same thing. You can have a tremendously huge learning curve, and once you get through it, you find it's easy to use it. But if it took you a year to learn it and you lost a year of writing productivity in the process, then was it worth it? Okay, so it needs to be easy to use and to learn to use. Third is, does it actually do what I thought it would do? I think that's really critical, and so often maybe not everyone. I'm a bit of a nerd, so for me, I love the latest and greatest. I'm always getting out and looking. Hey, Joan, glad to see you, and I know you're the same as me. You're a techie person. Thanks. This is my luau garb. I'm feeling tropical today. Keep in mind all 3 of these criteria when you are evaluating a software or a productivity tool that you're going to use. Okay, so let's talk about Pro-Writing Aid in terms of these 3 criteria. Okay, now first of all, what is Pro-Writing Aid? Well, Pro-Writing Aid is actually, you might think that it's, if you look it up, you might think that it's like a spell check or a grammar checker, and it is, because it does that, but it's much more than that. Pro-Writing Aid is actually a writing tool. It's an editing and writing tool, and it is designed to improve your skills as a writer and as an editor. And they are both necessary. If you are writing, you have to also know how to go back and change and improve and revise your writing. So you do have to learn basic editing skills as well. And Pro-Writing Aid is a tool that says it can do that, and I can tell you from personal experience, it does. Okay, so let's look at our first criteria. The first criteria is it transparent? Yes, Pro-Writing Aid is transparent. It is an add-on to Microsoft Word. It also has a web-based version, which I'll get back to that in a minute, but I want to talk first about the add-on to Word. It's an add-on to Word. It's actually called Add-in, And once you install it, you'll find it's under the Microsoft Word ribbon menu for Add In. It shows up automatically. That's how you activate it. And that's why it's transparent. When you're not using it, you don't even know it's there. When you want to use it, you pop up the menu and you bring up the menu and you activate it. There are, it makes it very, very easy, and it's simple. Now that brings me to the second criteria. Is it easy to learn and use? Yes. Yes. It comes out of the box ready to go. You can customize it. You can, you know, there are tweaks you can add to it if you want to, but honestly, if you never do, it does everything you want it to do. It's powerful. There are only about 6 buttons on its toolbar, so you can't get much simpler than that. And then the third one is, does it do what I expect it to do? Yes, it does. Okay, it does that and more. It actually has a built-in plagiarism checker. So I can even take a work that a client brings into me, and I can run it through the plagiarism checker to make sure that they haven't accidentally pulled in somebody else's work. Okay, now what does it do? Well, I do want to give you just a moment about that. And in order to do that, pardon me while I bring up I'm going to bring it up on my second screen, because I want to tell you what the categories are. It can do a grammar checker, yes. It can do a spell check, yes. And both of these are much more powerful than what you get in Word. So definitely it's worth it. It is worth having, if only for that reason. Okay. It can do diction, I can't say the word. A diction check, a homonym check, a combo check, an overview report. It can look for sticky sentences, things that are just maybe not quite the way they should be, or maybe not quite as clear as they could be. It will look for vague and abstract words. It will check your writing for pacing, too long sentence, too short sentences, too many of the same length of sentence. It will do a thesaurus check. It will look for overused words. It will look for making sure that your dialogue tags are correct. You've got an opening quote, you need a closing quote. Easy, easy one to miss. It will look for acronyms and point them out to you in your work so that you can make sure they're defined. You can set up your own styles, and it will look for your styles. It will do a writing style, a general writing style. Is it business style? Is it formal style? Is it resume style? It'll look for that as well. It'll check your transitions, your consistency, complex words, alliteration, cliches and redundancies, and it'll even look for NLP predicates and pronouns. It really does. If there's anything to do with the written word, this program will look for it and give you feedback on whether or not, on how you're using it and whether or not you're effectively using that particular piece of writing. Okay. Getting up here in length, so I want to cut this off here in a moment. So it's Pro Writing Aid meets my 3 criteria. Okay. Hey, Brian, I'm glad you found us and came back. Thank you. Pro Writing Aid meets my criteria. I encourage you to check it out. Obviously, I'm a fan, okay? I want to mention the web version for you because it's free. You can use that. You can go in and try it out, and it is free forever. It is limited to only 500 words, though. So you have to go in every 500 words. So it's not really practical to do a manuscript, but it's great to check a section of your work, okay, and try it out. Now, the good news is we're not talking thousands or hundreds of dollars. We're talking a $40 tool. If you choose the plagiarism check, it's an extra $5, okay? So it's not an expensive tool. It's a great one to use, and I do encourage you to try it. Now, I'm not, and by the way, I'm not an affiliate. I'm not getting any money out of this. I will post a link for you in the comments to their website, and you can check it out on your own. There are dozens of tools like this that I use or that I know about, and I will be talking about these other tools in future videos. So I hope you'll be sure to check in every day this month and thereafter on Tuesdays and Thursdays as we continue to talk about the 3 Ps of writing success. Okay, and this is CaZ, I don't know who I am now, the Writer Success Coach. And I'm going to say goodbye because I think I've been talking too long. Everyone have a great day. Bye-bye now.